Imagine walking into a science classroom where every learner, not just the fluent English speaker, feels confident, engaged, and capable of taking intellectual risks, where culture, language, identity, and hands on learning all work together to spark curiosity, where making mistakes isn't embarrassing, it's normalized. This is what active applied learning looks like. That vision shaped the action research that I conducted across 3 modules, exploring how multimodal strategies can transform science and learning for English language learners. The purpose of the study was simple but vital: to examine science teachers' perceptions about how multimodal instructional strategies like constructivist learning, inquiry based learning, experiential learning, and technology enhanced simulations support English language learner students. By collecting teacher perceptions, the study aimed to identify gaps in knowledge and self efficacy, so professional development can be targeted, practical, and impactful. Because the more we understand what teachers need, the better we can ensure that science learning is accessible to every student. The problem is that many culturally and linguistically diverse students struggle, not because they lack ability, but because instruction isn't designed with them in mind. Despite knowing that multimodal strategies work, the science department in a Title I school lacked a cohesive picture of how these strategies influence English language learner engagement and achievement. To close this gap, teachers need intentional professional development focused on equitable instructions, visual supports, and hands on learning that makes abstract concepts more complete. The research unfolded in 2 phases. Phase 1 explored teacher perception of multimodal strategies. Phase 2 looked deeper, examining what teachers need and what works, and what stands in the way of consistent multimodal instruction. Questions included: what professional development would boost teacher confidence? What multimodal strategies genuinely increase English learner engagement? And what barriers prevent teachers from blending teacher directed and inquiry based models consistently? In the quantitative phase, 4 teachers in a science department at a Title I school completed a perception survey. Responses were anonymous and focused on strategy, frequency, self efficacy, and perceived impact on English language learners. The qualitative phase included an in depth interview with a veteran educator. We'll refer to her as Participant A, who has over 25 years of experience, including 15 in a Title I setting. The interview centered on curriculum selection, multimodal engagement, and culturally responsive classroom management. The survey uncovered 3 major findings. First, hands on, visual, and technologically enhanced experiences are especially powerful for English language learners. Simulations, models, and kinesthetic activities help students bypass language barriers and grasp complex ideas more fully. Second, teachers expressed a strong need for professional development that goes beyond theory, training that provides multilingual resources, visual scaffolding, and planning time for collaboration. Third, teachers cited barriers, limited planning time, resource constraints, and the challenge of consistently integrating multimodal approaches. Participant A showed what effective multimodal instruction looks like in practice. They use videos, worksheets, Schoology quizzes, and even AI tools like Claude, allowing students to choose how they would like to learn. But the most compelling findings centered on culturally responsive practice. Participant A openly shares their cultural background, growing up in Puerto Rico and Venezuela, and learning English later in life, even laughing at their own language mistakes. This builds empathy and confidence, allowing students to learn that communication, not perfection, is the goal. Their classroom management approach emphasizes listening first, helping students learn to be and live together. Together, these practices cultivate empathy, cultural appreciation, and emotional safety, foundations for all multimodal learning. In the end, the action research confirms something powerful. Multimodal strategies aren't just helpful, they're essential for equitable, engaging science instruction for English learners. But teachers need time, support, and quality professional development to implement these strategies consistently. When schools invest in multimodal strategies and culturally responsive teaching, they create learning environments where every student, regardless of language and regardless of background, can thrive.